I hate when people say Soul Season this, we have a meme super cycle. I was talking to this one guy and he said, oh, Trump coin was gonna save the market. Brother, have you seen what's been going on? We have every celebrity launching meme coins. Sol is damn near close to $200 fucking dollars. For fuck's sakes! My mom texted me about fucking Trump coin. I can't believe all these people saying, oh, Sol's gonna bounce back here. This and that. Like, shut the fuck up. If I hear this one more fucking time, I'm gonna take a dildo and shove it up your ass, you fucking dickhead. We are going to zero, goddammit.
Look, Clarence, mate. It doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up, and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore. Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt. Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do.
Now fucking come over here where it's safe. That's it, mate. Come on.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Clarence, mate, you alright?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fuck, get out of there.
Fucking hell. Poor cunt.
Oh, yeah, Clarence, mate, yeah, she'll be alright now.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus. Just hold on. Oh, no. Fucking early. Fucking that scene of War of the Worlds? Have you seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
The lightning's just fucking constantly coming down and fucking hitting. The fucking tripods come out and they fucking start killing
You're missing
everyone.
a once-in-a-lifetime sighting here. Major lightning concert.
Hey?
You're missing the whole thing, cunt.
You seen the original War of the Worlds?
Yeah, Steve.
Clarence, I'm fucking sorry, mate. What we can do? Holy shit. Oh, God. Just hang in there, mate.
It looks like he's still breathing. He's still breathing.
I remember niggas said I wanna be shit, but I'm the shit now. Hey, I got 2,000 strings, yeah. Hey, I got 2,000 strings, I'm legit now. Yeah.
I hate when people say Soul Season this, we have a meme super cycle. I was talking to this one guy and he said, oh, Trump coin was gonna save the market. Brother, have you seen what's been going on? We have every celebrity launching meme coins. Soul is damn near close to $200 fucking dollars. For fuck's sakes! My mom texted me about fucking Trump coin. I can't believe all these people saying, oh, Soul's gonna bounce back here. This and that. Like, shut the fuck up. If I hear this one more fucking time, I'm gonna take a dildo and shove it up your ass, you fucking dickhead. We are going to zero, goddammit.
Leave me alone!
Nigga chain. Nigga chain. Nigga chain.
Did you bridge yet? Did you bridge yet?
You buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby, you're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99, that's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move, I act quick, I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com, boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99.
Rappers out here launching tokens that crash in 24 hours? Tell them to launch on Nigga Chain AI Layer 2. This is a chain for niggas, not Wall Street interns.
You know, I found out the hard way the last time that I tried this.
Oh, not yet!
And I haven't seen this done with any other sodas before. And I just don't think it's going to be as crazy.
Not yet! Oh, not yet!
Stop gambling, alright? You're one spin away from generational wealth. Your daughter's college tuition is one spin away. Put your life savings on black. Remember that. Just go to Vegas, and if you lose, just keep getting loans. Remember this. Just keep spinning, keep gambling, keep gambling. You can't lose. You literally can't lose. You can only quit.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much. I love you.
But when you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your conviction might be.
How many chairs are you sitting on right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair? The point really is you put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? Do you take a different way? You know? So my point really is If you're you get on one airplane, are you convicted? You put your entire family on the one airplane, aren't you afraid? Asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
There's an old quote, Charlie, that says, "Do not invest in Argentina," and it still holds true today. Well, apparently the president of Argentina launches a meme coin that he ended up telling a bunch of influencers about, and it literally got wrecked within like a day. The same culprits every single time. I mean, I don't know. It's just like maybe I'm missing me being an old head now. It's like we come from the Jordan era. You know, I don't like these new whippersnappers. We didn't even get a Kobe last night. Actually, technically, we did have a Kobe, so I guess we did have a Kobe. An actual Kobe, actually. But like, yo, dude, these new guys are fucking lame, dude. Straight up scammers.
Yeah, fucking. I mean, if you know. Even in the NBA, I mean, look at all these floppers.
Bro, dude, like, I like the thread guy. Like, I've seen him on Twitter and stuff, and I've seen him on YouTube and shit. But, like, dude basically was live streaming and fucking confirmed that he got inside information that the coin launch, he knew about the coin launch early and still lost money.
What?
Bro, dude.
You're never too young to have a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah. Damn it. Am I frozen? Am I frozen?
Sorry, my fucking VPN. My bad.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I'm like, am I frozen or you? Because like, are you? Like, I wasn't sure who it was, but I'm just like sitting here like, maybe I'm live.
You DCC deep in thought again. Yeah, right. Exactly. Very deep.
yeah.
But welcome you guys to Ask Me Anything 91. How to get started in crypto. Don't. Dun, 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 dun,
Don't be in stocks. Don't be in gold. Don't be in silver. That's how you get successful in crypto. Take all that money from your 401k, bring it right over into crypto. I mean, you could have a 401. I'm not even being joking there. Like, I'm actually 100% serious. You can actually create a crypto 401k, a crypto Roth IRA. You know, these things are now possible with the ETFs and everything. I think it was, who was it? There's somebody earlier today that I saw that said like they moved all of their Bitcoin into ETFs or something like that because they were worried about self-custody or something.
Yeah, well, it's going to get, well, apparently with the ETFs, there's, I guess now, like basically maybe they're afraid of quantum computing, which actually, not even lying or not even joking around, we're 2 years.
Nothing is safe because your bank account's still going to be digital though.
So maybe they're like, if my shit gets jacked, at least I might have some recourse. It being in ETFs or something like that are backed by BlackRock. Maybe that's the recourse.
Yep, that sounds about it.
Right.
That's actually.
Yeah. Plan B. Plan B. Huh? Our chat's acting spurgish today. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about right now.
Well, here's the little thing. Like, there's a moment here or there where like me and you will be like a little leggy to each other, and then like there's like maybe a little leg to the chat. So it's like, you know, we're all on the offbeat for a second, then we'll find our way back.
Definitely, man. Yeah, we. So anyway, yeah. Get started in crypto, where all your money's going to go to baby mamas, and go to. And honestly, not. I mean, since we're in crime season, never mind. But like, you know, if you know how to operate crypto pretty well, you can still grow your wealth outside of just major life fuck ups that you've done for yourself that are totally your responsibility.
Yeah, to be honest, crypto, in a way, doesn't always, but can absolve all. And the reason why I mean crypto can absolve all, what I mean by that is you can make a lot of financial mistakes, but as long as you're in one of the faster vehicles to bring you back, like you can get back on your feet real fast. And like, not even joking, like true story, there's multiple people who we've, you know, affected here that, you know, had medical situations that set them back, had financial situations, had business partner situations, had, you know, significant other partner situations, you know, lots of different ways that life can kind of mess you up. But like the majority of people, when I hear the different like kind of comeback stories in the Moon Gang that there are, within 6 months of usually watching the channels, getting into the crypto mindset course at least once, and then really paying attention, within 6 months, their whole situation starts to change. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's actually pretty amazing how fast crypto can really affect people positively. But there's also the opposite end of that, of course, the double-edged sword, right? Like we were talking with one guy last night, won't name names or whatever, but he had done a lot of the right moves in crypto, but then he got kind of lured into the leverage game and then just basically just got it all jacked. So it's kind of like somebody was like, hey, here's how to, you know, actually bet on something. And then here's how to like basically get the casino to take it all away from you. You know, like is like there's really bad advice there in crypto. And so like that's what we try to do. I think there are some people that don't even know we're saving them when we have the risk management webinar, because I've seen people who are in the Citadel make a few mistakes here and there where they click the bad link or whatever. And if they'd literally just taken the webinar in the crypto mindset course for risk management, they would have probably avoided those types of mistakes. So yeah, early on in crypto, I think the more knowledge you can get into your brain, the better. So yeah, I just think here in Q1 2025, right now, over the next 1 month, might be the best opportunity since last October to get into crypto as a beginner.
Right. I mean, this is the biggest wealth transfer in history. We've said this for a long time, but literally all the banks are buying. The banks are asking the Federal Reserve for permission to be able to facilitate transactions in crypto. So it means they're becoming mini exchanges effective. And that means, and really what it really means, interbank trading of assets. So there might be like, hey, I might owe you money. We take some Bitcoin for some debt, this and this. We take some little Ethereum. You know, will you take my scam XRP? I will love to take your scam XRP, and just vice versa. You know, there you go, right?
Well, yeah, and also there's going to be some that get into DeFi swapping as well. Like they're going to start being competitors or using competitors to Uniswap, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Which is pretty cool. Now, they are kind of limited. They can only have like supposedly 2% of their balance sheet in. They can have 2% purchasing. Like let's just say if it's $100 billion, it's $100 billion balance sheet. They can have $2 billion of crypto assets. But if those assets go up higher because of them just increasing in value, it's okay basically, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, and then I was reading somewhere that make it depending on like a year. I think on how much time elapses, then they can actually do it again. Actually, because it becomes a certain, like, I think there's like it was written pretty vague and stuff. So it's interesting. I think that'll be like, we'll see some banks kind of take it to the limit probably. Because I mean, banks are very, very interested in getting into crypto because like it's getting very difficult for them at 0% interest rates. It's very difficult for them to make money actually. So they have to go out to the risk curve.
Yeah,
I mean, at the high interest rates.
Banks like Fidelity or BlackRock, or there's only really a handful of banks that are gonna really take it to the hill at the beginning. Those are the guys, they risk it for the biscuit that are gonna really fucking take over this industry.
No, exactly. So, but let's just say you don't know what you're doing, right? I know it's hard to believe, right? But let's just say you don't know what you're doing, and you're like, "Hey,
I don't think Wall Street knows what they're doing in crypto." To be honest,
I don't think so either.
We're overlapping too much.
Yeah, I think we're overlapping a little bit. Yeah. When's the last day to join CMC?
No.
What?
It is Monday, February 24th at midnight Pacific Standard Time.
There you go, JD, man. But so let's just say if you're getting started in crypto for the first time and you're like, I don't know where to get started, I would really recommend. So this advice is really tailored towards people in English-speaking countries. Obviously, in the crypto mindset course, we have people from all walks of life who have taken it, who will be able to help you out on how to get started. But for our audience, we'll just say that we believe you're somewhere in Europe to the Americas, something like that, right? You typically want to start off with either downloading Coinbase or Kraken for your first exchange. Coinbase is a lot easier to sign up to than Kraken. Kraken's a little more difficult. Gemini and Crypto.com are other good exchanges as well. They're kind of the big four.
Yeah, I think Crypto.com recently got some MiCA certification or something like that in Europe. So, meanwhile, I think, was it Kraken that left the UK recently or something like that? I can't remember, but yeah, there are some exchanges that aren't really complying with regulations, but Crypto.com, even in America, is starting to be one of the newer exchanges that works for people, that works very well. They get a lot of access to different coins and, a variety of things. But Coinbase, the one thing that sucks about them is just, they do sometimes freeze accounts without explanation, and just that's been kind of a crazy trend.
Typically, now I got to say this with like asterisks here. Typically, most exchanges are safe if of the big four that I've listed, along with Binance, which is the biggest international exchange. They're typically safe, except when prices are going down quite a lot. So at some point in 2026. We're going to get a very large dip in the market, and it's going to be very substantial. Everyone's like, oh, it's the bear market now. We're not in the bear market. We're entering the good times, which is awesome. But once the bear market really starts off, a lot of it, you end up finding when people start demanding all their crypto back and things start moving around, liquidity starts drying up, prices start going down, evaluations start going down. It puts stresses on the market, and it puts stresses on the lending markets and stuff like that. So what ends up happening is that some exchanges either over-levered themselves or, even worse, stole user funds to basically make as much money as possible. And that's what happens every cycle from even the beginning to now. It'll always happen. It happens in Wall Street too. Like, don't just think because this is crypto and like, no, sir. What happened in 2007, right? 2008, the housing crisis, right? I mean, I'm not gonna get into all the stuff, right? But like, tons of banks and tons of insurance companies went under. The recent fires in LA showed how much insurance companies, how much they love you. The hurricanes. No matter what happens, these companies will try to figure out a way to not pay you, and then the ones that are solvent or look solvent end up becoming insolvent just because they were completely doing scammer stuff anyway. So it's this entire thing where it's okay to start off on an exchange, leaving your money there in the beginning, but you then eventually have to learn how to self-custody, and that means open a MetaMask, open a Phantom wallet, an Exodus wallet, a Trust wallet, something that or a Coinbase wallet on your mobile phone. Just some way, a baby step of like a Dave Ramsey's baby step of like eventually you buy in the exchange first, and then slowly you start seeing how to move your coins. And then as soon as you know how to move your coins, you now have custody over your money. And we'll teach you guys a little bit about like how to keep your private keys safe and everything like that. I mean, it's really, really important. But you guys got to make sure that, I mean, it's okay to don't feel overwhelmed. It's not as hard as you think, but it's usually just having to be very thoughtful in what moves you do, basically.
Yeah. Like one thing I want to kind of mention with this subject is like, there's two ways that people can kind of think about this, right? One way, which is, if you are yourself brand new to crypto, like we're going to try to break it down with some of these steps here. Also, I think like the mindset of how people think about crypto is really important. So I want to kind of give an example of that just in a second. But then the second thing I think that this is useful for today is people who are, they're becoming the crypto expert in their own community or their own area because they've taken the crypto mindset course multiple times. Sometimes those people want to onboard some family, friends, and other stuff to crypto because they want them to succeed, right? So some of the stuff we're going to talk about is useful for people who want to bring other people on board. And then I think the third thing, right, is like we can also talk about once you are self-custodied, like it doesn't take that much to be kind of like a DeFi wizard, right? Like DCC in the course, he'll show you guys kind of how to bridge over to Phantom, how to bridge over to Sonic, how to bridge over to Pulse Chain, different stuff like this, right? And so, like it's kind of like trying to eat the whole elephant at once, right? It's like very daunting seeming and very difficult, but like, you just take a step at a time. It's not too bad. So what you mentioned there with the wallets and everything is like really good. I would say the other thing that people kind of struggle with at the very beginning with mindset is like, they're like, I don't even understand this shit. What is this shit? What is crypto? Right. And it's like, well, it's digital tokens that represent what people agree on as value or money. So if you're in a casino, the casino chip, does that have value outside of the casino? Arguably, maybe, but not as much, right? People aren't really going to care about it as much because they have to go somewhere to redeem it. But within the casino, it's extremely valuable. You can do anything you want with the casino chip. It's the same thing as an Ethereum token. What?
I said anything.
Exactly. And so like, what do you call it? That token, right, is like an Ethereum token. So that could be, and you could fork it off for different purposes and stuff like that. So that I think is one explanation that a lot of people have an easy time thinking about. And then the other thing is like, well, what's the difference of the crypto on Coinbase versus on Exodus wallet where I can self-custody or MetaMask? Well, like on the exchange, right, you're keeping your money in the bank or you're keeping your gold, let's call it gold. You're keeping your gold in the bank because it's a physical item versus, with, what do you call it? MetaMask and Rabby wallet, you're literally putting that cash under your pillow or you're putting that gold in your closet or in your safe or whatever, So usually when you take like analog in old world examples, and a lot of people can kind of figure out like, oh, that's the equivalent in the digital world now. Okay, I get it. Because like, unless they're like older than 70 or 80, like most people kind of understand the digital world enough now through the internet over the last 20, 30 years that they're like, okay, like I can kind of suspend my disbelief for a little bit because all this shit's taken off.
Right. No, I still think the internet's a fad. I still think the internet's a fad, Charlie. Fax machines are coming back, bro. You don't understand the World Wide Web. No, the World Wide Fax is really the future, Charlie.
Well, in Japan, they still use it for government offices. So, hey, there's a chance.
Hey, there you go, man. A lot of boomers can barely operate a computer. That is true also. That should be a marvel to how incredibly advanced our society is, that we can still operate without these people. We're becoming very old. Hey, if you ever want to blame your problems on anybody, you can blame it on the boomers. You know why? You want? Well, actually, or even American boomers are better than European boomers. I don't mean to shit on boomers too much, but the French and the boomers is quite a special. I've got quite a special relationship with these groups, but with boomers, I mean, this is actually really important. All jokes aside, this actually is a very important thing because we're in the red pill space, but when we call ourselves the red pill of finance, but knowing things about the red pill, which is like the sexual relationships between men and women and kind of how people act in terms of that side of their lives, is pretty important, right? Because if you're a guy, you understand how a guy operates. Like, you know what a guy likes. You know what a guy like. Guys are simple, right? As much as like everyone likes to say that, it is somewhat true. We are very simple, and but when you look at somebody, it can be a lot more complex. But the farther away you look at something, like a very large object, if you're looking at something as large as an economy, and you start looking at a more of a macro sense, means farther and farther away, kind of looking at a big overview, the more you have to stop thinking about, oh, is this thing doing this because of something about sex or because of money? And it always ends up leading towards money. So that's kind of why we're calling ourselves the red pill of finances, because we're kind of adding that money aspect side to like the whole formula of like how to look at something. And for a country, it always comes down to money. Why are they doing this? Why did they invade that country? Resources. That's it. Really, either strategic. There's a strategic advantage to defend themselves, which comes down to like food, shelter, and everything like that, or the other side, finance and money, which ends up leading into like prosperity of their people, which ends up going into sex, basically. So, what's kind of going on in the world right now is that we have a bit of a shortage of people. I know. A billion Indians and a billion Chinese, I know, but we're talking about it here in America land and, European land and stuff. I would say the developed world is basically starved themselves out, basically. So you have the baby boomers, largest generation worldwide. This is both China, India, everyone worldwide population boom. And then everyone except America, in a few African and maybe the continent of Africa, had less children. So typically, if I have boom, it's Miguel, I'm married, and then I'll typically have about 3 kids or 2 kids. That's kind of the average, right? 3 kids would be better. So it'd be like 1 to replace you, 1 to replace your wife when you die, and 1 for the economy, means growth, right? But the baby boomers actually ended up having that 2 to 3 people. So the millennial population, which is mostly the children of older Xers and boomers, is equal to the boomer generation. So we have replacement. I think the millennial generation is like 5% larger, but it's roughly the same. In Europe, the average is 1 to 2. 2 to 3 is a huge difference. So on average, families were having 1 child or 2 children. So they have a 50% deficit to the amount of people. So it ends up happening is that we live in a population Ponzi. And we actually live in a Ponzi of Ponzi's. Everything's a Ponzi because everything's demand. If there's no demand, it collapses. If there's demand, everything is awesome, basically. And so this is why, like, when you look at this is me looking at the entire economic formula and going all as far as back as I can see macro wise. And that's the problem, is that the systems have been put in place that, like, oh, don't worry, our retirement savings, our stock market, our developing markets are always built off of growing and increasing GDP and increasing the amount of a person's earning per year. But that's all based off of, at the end of the time, more people, basically. And if there isn't enough people and those people cannot increase their productivity, stagnation, and also means that the debt that the older generation incurred ends up becoming a huge financial burden on the current population, which also then hurts them from the ability to then have kids, so instead of a positive feedback loop, wow, more kids, great economy, things are doing good, I'll borrow for the future because there's going to be more kids in the future. Damn, the future is awesome, more kids. Then you have less kids, can borrow less. Old debt starts hurting the current generation. Well, the current generation is more stressed out, has less kids, no population, financial collapse. And how do you protect yourself with crypto?
Yeah, and where technology kind of comes in with that too, right? Is like, yeah, like you said, crypto can protect you, depending on what the situation within your current economy is. But then also, it does make people, or it can make people more efficient, more productive, right? So it's kind of like in the digital world, you have the same thing as before. You had like tons of different farmers farming like a bunch of different lands, you know, and everybody was very productive and everybody was healthy, happy, and everything. And they're having like 8 kids, you know, per household, right? Versus now you have industrial farming, you have, and they're way more productive, right? But they're productive with fewer people. And yeah, those people are really, you know, successful and everything, but the community around them, it's kind of like the Walmart syndrome. Or the Amazon syndrome just takes down Main Street. So yeah, on a global level, and I think even on a local level, to be successful, you have to make yourself efficient and productive for the fields that you can till in the digital space. And as long as you can do that, then yeah, you and your group will be perfectly fine and actually thrive and prosper. But yeah, not always a good thing for the macro though. But these days in the world, we're so connected with the internet. Like as long as you can figure out, okay, there's infinite amounts of money floating around on the internet. Like that's a kind of a wild thing to think about, but it's pretty much the case.
But it's true.
All you need to do is figure out how to build a net to catch, you know, as much as you want. And like crypto, the net of crypto, bro. Oh my God. Like it's just too good. So that's why this space beats every other financial space for sure.
So I'll ask you guys a question. Go into your pockets right now, unless you're very poor. Go into your pockets right now and take out all the cash out of your wallet. Do you have more cash in your wallet than you do your bank account? Or do you have more money in your bank account or in crypto? And 99.95% of you guys are going to say, I've got more money in my bank. If your money's in the bank, it's digital. The amount of money the bank has, there's not enough printed dollars to actually even give you those dollars. So that means they're just making poof, they're making zeros. The two entities that can print money, the Fed and banks when they loan money out. So the Fed can actually just print money for no reason. They can just print money. Banks can print money with a justification, basically. You need a house loan. This whole thing of like, oh, they need to keep like, you know, it's fractional reserve banking. No, it's worse than that. It's even worse than that. It isn't like, oh, you know, if I deposit $100,000, we can lend Charlie $90,000. We have to keep $10,000 as reserve. That's a complete lie. No, sir. It's even worse than that. It's 9x leverage. Means my this is so horrible. But my $100,000, they put it into an account that says liabilities, which means horrible. This is horrible. It means if I lose this, I owe this dude money. Grr, I'm mad. And they can now have the justification to print $900,000 that they can lend out. So it means it's not.
They deserve it though, Miguel. Like they're working hard.
They're working hard. They're taking leverage, and that's in a way that's kind of how real estate works. In a way too, is like, you know, you put 20% down, they lend you 4x leverage on it, and basically you're lent out an asset that's worth basically 5 times your initial principal, right? And then as that thing, even if it only grows 2-3% a year, because of how much money you have in, you actually are winning a lot of money because as the asset starts going up slowly over time and you're renting it, you could, and then equity is being paid into it as well. Within like a short period of time, 10 years or so, you could be on the especially on the winning side on some property. And then this is how people then take leverage out, which means that they take another loan on it and then go buy another property. And this is kind of like the debt cycle that kind of happens and stuff like that. So it's absolutely great.
I love Robert Kiyosaki's strategy, which is just be so much debt on the bank's liability books that you going bankrupt would be a problem for them. So they're going to make sure that you stay solvent.
That's actually something that happened to Grant. That actually happened to Grant Cardone and Kiyosaki. It happened to a lot of big guys where you owe $1 million to the bank, you have a problem. The bank, you owe the bank $1 billion, and they have a problem. I think for Grant, he may have owed like $300 or $400 million in terms of properties, but basically he never paid. He wasn't like the evaluation got off on paper, but he had never missed a payment, and never missed a payment, was still paying. And this is actually something that's happened even recently, where there's been loans that have come due, and people have said, you know what, just keep paying the payment. We'll just extend it somehow. We'll figure it, because it's like, as if they reevaluated a lot of properties and they like, oh wow, you're underwater, we have to liquidate you, and you have to give the property back. That's so much supply on the market. I know this is sounding so negative, but it's the reason to say it's all funny number bullshit at the end of the day. To show you, like, because basically if you bring a lot of supply online, right, you bring a bunch of commercial property and real estate properties online, and if it happens to a lot of big players, then you end up having price corrections and everything. Look what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now. In Washington, D.C. right now, because Trump's in office, right? Trump's been in office how many days? Maybe, Charlie, like not even 30 days.
25.
You've had about 4,000 homes listed for sale in D.C., and prices are already starting to come down quite a lot and stuff like that. I got it on this Twitter thing I saved. It's so fucking funny. But basically, people are like, I need to get the hell out of Dodge. And some people have been getting fired. So there's been a lot of people moving around. The Department of Education is about to get RIP'd. I think it's going to be, and they might even bring a new department. I thought it was going to be Mr. McMahon's wife that was going to end up being the head of Department of Education. But that should be interesting. But we're getting a complete overhaul. But to say all money is essentially digital, and most of the people who have all the wealth are essentially baby boomers, older, or like older Xers, effectively, that have all the wealth in the world. This is not America. This is the entire planet. And why do they have all the wealth? Because they've lived. It's a video game. They've been playing for longer. They've been able to accumulate, right? Like, I would say, like, legitimately, if you think the first 15 years of your life, you're an NPC, essentially. Like, realistically, like, like, sure, you may have thought you would know what you're doing, and you kind of like, you thought yourself as a person. But if you actually think about it, from age 1 or 0 to 15, you really don't have much agency, and you're not really making that many great decisions. I mean, besides you have to listen to your mom and dad, which is good, but like, yeah, as long as you have a good mom and dad, or a dad or a mom, whichever. But from 15 onwards, you're like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I like. And it's not really until you hit about 25 that you really most people have enough money to really choose decisions in their actual life. So it's this whole thing too, where like, it takes a while to learn. It's like we're playing this video game, and it takes a long time for you to learn to really know what you're doing. And even when you have, like, if you have really great parents, that's a huge gift for you. But on average, most parents are just really good at raising you, but they don't know how to kind of like guide you financially. So it takes until you're in your 25 and older for you to get your shit together to figure out what you want to do with your life, and kind of like start making these financial decisions. So in reality, when you turn 25, you're 1 year old. You're a 1 year old. Where someone that's 60 has got 35 years on you, a 35x in just experience, where like they were an actual economic entity that actually could generate waste capital, but accumulate for a long time. It is kind of crazy, because I've met guys that are like really well off, that are worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're double my age. So no, not only was he 35 when I was 0, when I was just born. He now has at 35 was already in the financial game, and has been like at the peak of his game for 35 years. On top of that, I think that's 70, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's actually quite staggering when you start thinking about it, like, because it's really like, you're like, some people are really lucky and they're able to like get famous, or like they're able to like really do a lot of stuff when they're 15 or even 12, maybe to get to a show. But it's such a small fraction of the population. And then there's like a really smart, like hardworking guys and girls where like they get a job right at 18, they save money, and they're already on their financial stuff. But most people go to college or waste a ton of their 20s partying. That's just about everybody. And then by 25, I think reality starts hitting people, and they start non-player character. Basically, you're playing on autopilot, which means you're not paying attention. You're just letting life take you in which direction it needs to, instead of you carving your own path for your life. And if you want to learn how to do that, crypto mindset, that's how you do it, man. Yeah. Like, as a matter of fact, hey, I'll let my guy talk about it real quick.
You buy this for $39.99. Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby, you're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move. I act quick. I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com. Boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99.
And what this ad's talking about is agency. Right. The reason we don't call it like Ponzi meme coin course, right? We call it crypto mindset because it's about a mindset and it's about a growth mindset. Because that's why we created the Citadel. That's why we created the crypto mindset course. It's because it puts you in a mode. Because we've had guys who've taken the course many times, and the reason they take it every time is because, you know, over the quarter, what ends up happening is that some people kind of like lose a little motivation. It gets them right back in the zone, focuses them up again, and then they start succeeding and making money. Same reason why people go to with Tony Robbins and go to these other places. It's not even motivational, but it's also informational and kind of gives you a big group of people there. Because let me tell you, like, we are in the niches. This is a very niche community, even though you hear about Dogecoin or Bitcoin, but when you join the crypto mindset course, you are actually going to be a real crypto person. You're going to be extremely knowledgeable, and it's going to be kind of scary because, like, very quickly by being in the course, you'll listen to people talking about crypto, and you're going to know they're totally full of shit. What's up with Jasmine?
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. You wanted to say something, Charlie?
Yeah, just I mean, it's a lot of fun too. You know, like, we get a good group of people in there every quarter. Everybody's like excited to make some money and pay attention to the market and everything. And I don't know, it's just kind of an infectious vibe too, right? Like, when you have a lot of people around you with a positive mindset, with the right mindset, especially for the crypto space, like, it really makes you want to pay attention a lot more too, because it's like, oh shit, you know, like, I got my guys that, you know, we're hanging with, right? So I think that's an important aspect to the camaraderie that the Moon Gang has, and it's awesome when everybody comes to the meetup, you know, and we kind of see everybody in real life. But the other thing I was going to say is just in terms of, you know, we're kind of decent at timing these things for the crypto mindset course. We always, every single quarter, right, we have an opportunity for good buy-ins, and we have opportunities for profit taking. Now, each quarter is different into the extent of that, right? But as long as we're in a bull market, the buy opportunities, basically dollar cost averaging into those at the right times of the market when we time the course to basically get you, you know, buying it into the market more. That tends to be a very good time to get in. And then, yeah, if you pay attention with us consistently throughout the course and through 60-day cycles and stuff like this, then yeah, when you're taking screenshots at that point in the quarter, or when you're like, oh, I'm really happy, I'm up on XYZ, you know, I'm up on Shadow, I'm up on Sonic, I'm up on whatever it is,
right?
You know, then take a little profit, you know, shave a little off, you know, not too much, but, you know, enough so that if it does dip, you can buy back in again. So this market's been very start, stop for the last 3 years. And we're going to be talking about kind of like a couple strategies within the course about, okay, when we have an extended bull market that just doesn't stop, when we get to those 6-9 month alt seasons, how do you play that? Versus how do you play, we got these short-term opportunities, we got these meme coin pumps for a month or so and different things. What strategy do you do for that? And they're not the same fucking strategy whatsoever, right? Like, the more kind of different aspects of the market that you're able to kind of get strategies for, you don't have to do them all, right? But you can kind of pick and choose. Okay, like that LP strategy over on, you know, whatever chain you like, boom, like, okay, that's the one, that's me, right? That's what I'm really going to focus on learning this quarter. Or maybe this quarter I'm going to focus on, you know, really studying to make sure like coins are of solid caliber or quality, because I got into too many shit coins, a year ago or whatever, and man, it kind of messed up my portfolio. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use the course and the different advantages to it. But yeah, we've had people that have taken every single course since its beginning.
Too many shit coins, Charlie? Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, when you get over 40 of them in your wallet, might be like, hey, kind of got to come to the risk management webinar one more time.
Yeah. Crypto Bendu told me how to buy eggs and pump my bags. Well, apparently today it was announced that eggs are at all-time high right now. I'm talking about real eggs made here in the United States and around the world. Eggs have hit an all-time high globally. So pretty hilarious.
Yeah. You're gonna know when I've made it in crypto, when I got eggs busted out of my fridge, like there's just got too many eggs, bro.
I'm doing all right. He's open up full. Dude, I knew this crypto guy was rich, bro. Look at those packs of eggs. Oh my god! I mean, this is what happens during when the whole Android 19 epidemic, when well, I guess we'll say it, like a bunch of chicken farms just magically lit on fire. I don't know how that happened. It was very FDR style, where they try to control inflation or try to control crashing prices, and so they decided to start burning. And they'd buy milk and just dump it into the gutter. They would literally pay farmers not to grow anything or to grow kind of useless shit that you can't eat, seed oils and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, stuff everybody eats today.
It's a lot more profitable to be an actual yield farmer than it is to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Much lower cost of entry.
What's really funny about the name Cultivate Crypto is my first idea for, like, the reason why I wanted to call the channel Cultivate Crypto is obviously you're trying to stack more Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? You're cultivating that crypto, but then also like I originally was thinking like of a bonsai tree, those Japanese trees where you have to kind of like trim them up or whatever to like make them look like a certain style or whatever. It's like kind of what you have to do with your portfolio, right? Your portfolio will grow and get, kind of out of control. And then, you got to Edward Scissorhands that shit, right? And like, trim it up and take some of those profits off, take some of the profits and put them into some, a new seed somewhere, grow that and all that stuff. But I think like crypto has only gotten more cultivating. Like, I don't know if that's a word, but just there's been more ways every single cycle to find like new ways to find like, oh, I can cultivate this way, I can cultivate that way. And so like the market's just going to keep getting more and more complex. So if you are like, I'm going to, wait to really understand crypto in 2027, because that'll be the beginning of the next bull market. Like, it's going to be way too complicated by that point, and you're going to be like way behind. So, right. You got to really jump on crypto right now if you want to like be an expert at it, because by the time we get to 2029 to 2032, somewhere within there, if you don't already know in depth about crypto, like you're going to be so far behind everybody that you're not going to be like an innovator in this industry anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a problem. But the cool thing is that if we have shown it through our, like, a lot of times you don't see what people say, see what they do. And we did not abandon our people during, we were here for them through 2020 and 2021 and 22 and 23 and 24. And look at us at 25. And we're going to be here for 26, 27, 28, and 29. So we're here for you in the worst of times and the best of times and even the greater times. But that's the important thing, is that we don't abandon you guys in the worst of times. When it's just look at the content creators. I mean, there's so many content creators that wouldn't shut up in 2021 that absolutely disappear, that are barely starting to come back a little now, or have just given up completely, So it's this whole thing is like, we make sure, and during those bear market times, we watch out and look and find out what's going to be the new meta and what coins survived. And we were able to get our guys the all-time lows on everything, just about everything. Solana pretty low. I personally got it at 16, but some of our guys got it as low as $9 and $10 or $12 and stuff like that. We bought the all-time low on Bitcoin, all-time low on Ethereum. I mean, name the crypto we bought it at the lows. It's incredible, or at least called it out at the lows.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and like, kind of funny, Crypto Lark.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of his lives recently, and somebody asked him, like, do you think the bull market could extend into 2026 based on liquidity cycles? And his reaction to me was hilarious because he was just like, yeah, it's possible. But he was like, I really don't want that to happen. I've been grinding here. I don't remember how long he's been back online, with his crypto channel, but he's like, I've been grinding here. Like, I can't imagine grinding into 2026. I'm like, bro, like, it's just that the mindset of most of crypto influencers or content creators or educators, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? The majority of them, the mindset that they have is, well, nobody's going to care about crypto 3 out of 4 years. That 1 year that it's famous, that's where everybody's going to care about it. So I'm going to come in 6 months before that, and I'm going to drum up a lot of content and spin a lot of shit. And then when it gets hot, I'm going to go there and I'm going to rug all my followers and say, fuck you guys for 2 more years. And then I'm back. Right. And it's like, I understand like crypto is very draining if you're like a content creator that consistently. It is very hard to like do what we do. It's like, it's a lot of fucking work. But those guys, like, they don't think about the marathon. They just think about the sprint, Yeah. And if you're thinking about the sprint, you'll make some money, but you won't become wealthy. I mean, I don't want to say it in a negative way, but BitBoy is kind of an example of that in the sense that, I mean, I feel sorry for him. I hope he gets better or whatever he needs gets better in his life and he battles the fuck back. But damn, like he got kind of hit recently. But well, I mean, over the last couple of years,
I mean, it's betrayal. I mean, his thing isn't just like bad decisions; it's betrayal as well, big time betrayal, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I have more sympathy for him than a lot of other crypto dudes, if I'm being honest, because the other crypto dudes are they scammed out, really, and just left, or still pretending like they're actually good dudes.
Yeah, for sure. And so like, but anyways, like, if you do try to sprint too much, right? Yeah, you kind of at some point, like, you kind of get a little desperate. Versus if you're running this marathon, right? You got good risk management, but then you also, know when to take big bets and different things like that. Like, it's like you'll never zero out, right? You'll always be able to like have higher lows and continue building that long-term vision. And if you could do that for 12 years in crypto, like most places, like when you go into like a workspace, let's say you're 25 to 30 years old, you got to wait 30, 40 years before you get like to retirement possibility status, right? Versus in crypto, it's like 12. And it's not even like within 8, you can get into retirement status, even within 4. But getting to truly like fuck you money status where, you're secure for basically forever, you stay in crypto for 12 years, right? And you do it as a marathon that you do sustainably instead of a sprint. You're going to have whatever you want, pretty much. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. But these days everybody's such instant gratification. They only like the sprint, and 12 years sounds like a gajillion years to them because they have no concept of money anymore, because the actual money that we have is getting so fucked up that inflation over just 20 years is kind of mind-boggling now.
Yeah, I mean, like everything in like like this industry is going to start aging at some point. It's already, I mean, it's been around since 2009, right? Here's a big thing, you guys. If you guys want to learn a little tip right here of like how to get started in crypto, here's the trick. If someone tells you they were in Bitcoin in 2005 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, they're fucking liars. Or at the very least, if they're not selling you nothing, they're just trying to sound cool, or like they just don't know. They probably misremembering.
They probably sometimes ignorance too.
Yeah. The most realistic time a person could have actually heard about Bitcoin, and I'm talking because, all right, unless you were on what was it, like you were on this cryptography list, email list with like, I think it had less than 25,000 people on it. And of course, like an email list, no one reads the whole thing every time, so you're not going to, right? But that's the original list. Unless you're a cryptographer, right? You didn't get in 2009. Most people the earliest people, libertarians and some guys, maybe got it in 2010 or 11. Realistically, where people heard about it was a Vice article when they talked about the Silk Road and how to buy drugs and weed using Bitcoin, or poker stars and stuff, where people, not poker stars, but people who were in the poker game, in the poker industry, who were using Bitcoin as a way to kind of pay each other off for gambling with crypto, because the gambling sites started going down and they used Bitcoin in order to gamble with and stuff. That's the actual thing. So realistically, 2013, 2014 is very realistic for someone telling you that's when they heard about Bitcoin and got in. Before that, I mean, I need a letter of recommendation. I need a couple of different references of you because it's very, because like any person who's been around that long and actually somewhat even kept 5% of what they had is a multi-millionaire. Like it's like minimum, like the one guy I like, I don't want to dox anyway, but like legitimate person I know that was around during that time, like I'm talking about like 2011, is worth 25 million plus. And he even told me, he's like, I fucked up so much in the beginning too. I'd be much wealthier. A lot of them were. They were holding thousands.
Yeah, I'd say that's even larger for a lot of those people.
Thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. Like there's people who bought stuff on like Silk Road who like paid 100,000 Bitcoin, 20,000 Bitcoin, 5,000 Bitcoin. the Bitcoin, like there's people like every day, like they talk about like the Bitcoin pizza. Oh, this guy paid 10,000 Bitcoin for two large, pepperoni pizzas and stuff. And today that'd be worth $15 billion, right? They're just trying to impress you, but it's a good thing to keep them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about usually, so yeah. Don't be rude to somebody, but that's just a big pro tip. Anytime I hear and like, oh, I remember talking about, I remember talking about cryptocurrency back in 2005. Oh, no. Not true.
No, bro. It was in 2009 January, and that was the first time I bought XRP.
Right. But just a little pro tip. So very like realistic ones. So let me tell you the most realistic dates. If someone says they got into crypto, 2017, 2021, now, right? Wow, I saw Trump got into office and stuff, and he's talking about crypto, so I just decided to get in. Logical, makes sense. Dude, in 2021, everyone was making money on these NFTs and stuff, and I saw the price going up, and I heard about SHIB and stuff from this stripper in Miami, so like I got into crypto at that time. Makes sense. Dude, back in I heard about Bitcoin going to $20,000, so I just got in, and like everyone told me XRP was going to the moon. Probably telling the truth. Yeah, I remember back in the day I was on Silk Road. Okay, this guy looks like a tech guy. Okay. You see the the level of like your guard has to like go up as the years go backwards, to the point where like I'm just slowly got a sniper rifle as they're telling me, okay, tell me all the facts here at how you got in 2013.
I stole Alex Jones's Bitcoin that Max Kaiser gave him back in 2013. Yeah.
And this is actually a big one right here. My brother told me about it in 2011, but he was on drugs and we thought it was a scam. That is very normal. That actually I heard same thing. I heard about it because I had friends that are really into tech, more like dorky tech, not in the tech companies, just like being internet like hackers and stuff like that. And they told me about Silk Road, and I was like, "Whoa, you can buy weed on Silk Road?" Yeah. How the hell do we get this? How do we? Because mind you, California weed's still illegal, but I mean, it's legal now, right? It's legal in basically half the United States is legal, damn near. But anyway, I could not. I mean, this is a really funny story. I was trying to figure out a way how to buy it, but I couldn't. I didn't have a credit card because financial literacy. I just didn't have a bank account. I didn't have a debit card. I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have anything possible to go online, because you used to be able to like either, or I think you could have done maybe, I think the way I found out later, you could have done like a money order to like to this one account, to this one service, and then they would have sent you Bitcoin basically. But at the time I didn't know that. So my financial literacy was in the dirt. I was a cash economy person basically. And that's why we created the Citadel and the Crypto Mindset course, to kind of raise everyone's education and kind of also teach them a little bit of how to like spot opportunities. And it's sometimes like take a shot on a risk. Why not? You never know. But that's my little story.
Yeah, no, you gotta take those risks. Yeah, no, I mean it's all correct. And what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, if you don't take risks, you're not gonna win either, right? So it's just a balancing of what makes sense for your risk,
Yeah. And like these are pretty famous tweets. Pulse DJ. I bought Bitcoin at $90, sold to 130, bro. He's like, I thought I beat the market. You did beat the market. You did. Just the market beat you right back.
For a moment. For a moment.
For a moment. But
and then Michael Saylor's beating the market into submission.
I know. But with enough time, that's the cool thing is like once an asset really gets established and it really is growing, and then the Bitcoin's really awesome. Like one thing we're going to be really promoting in the bear market, is to really build a Bitcoin stack that you're not going to touch. It sounds ridiculous. Like I drop these memes all the time. These Michael Saylor memes that I play, like this one right here.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
And that's to show how ridiculous the Bitcoiners are as well. Like I like to poke fun of them, but realistically, right? Like what me and Charlie did with our portfolios is very not normal because usually people blow them up basically. But like if most people, if like we got in I got in 20, both me and Charlie got in the 2017 cycle. And for most people, if you just bought Bitcoin in that range, if you just DCA'd the entire time, let's just say you did like $100 a week or you DCA'd for a very long time, right? After 8 years, you have beaten most people in crypto because most people in crypto has essentially just lost their money round tripped, and buying and holding does win when you're holding good long-term assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum as well and stuff over time, right? But it took a long time. Now, why me and Charlie have done very well is because we've taken some of those gains in 17 and losses in 17, battled back, made more money, took profits, rebought back in, and essentially grew more than like actually like just holding BTC actually. But that's not like the norm, and that's what we've taught a lot of people from the courses, because even if you messed up your bull run, you can course correct everything because you're not starting up as a noob anymore. And that course correction puts you in a place where very quickly you're back at your all-time high from 21 or 17. And you're at this point where like now you're actually really making life-changing capital. But it's not about getting rich fast. It's about getting rich for sure and getting richer every fucking cycle that you're in. Because we're in 4-year cycles for as long as they exist. It could turn into 6-year cycles, but it doesn't matter because we'd figure it out and we just continue along with it. And that's the whole thing, is you're getting a market edge, because the longer you're in this market, the more you understand it, the more you know history, the more likely that you're going to basically find the meta quickly enough and then even if you're late to a meta, you have enough capital to jump in to get a nice decent return, de-risk, and then play with house money essentially, and then really catch something. Because like, oh my god, I missed this coin going to $1 billion. There's going to be so many $1 billion coins that go from 0 to 1 billion, or coins that go from 1 billion to 50 billion. Like we're this cycle is very likely we're going to get the first 100 billion market cap meme coin. Probably it's more than likely going to be Dogecoin. One of the earliest things we were saying in the crypto mindset course 2 years ago, in the midst of the bear market, when Bitcoin is dead, 2023, we said there's going to be a Dogecoin ETF, a Litecoin ETF, XRP ETF, Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF. We basically have we have 2 of them already, and confirmation of 3 already.
Yeah, and Solana.
Yeah, and Solana. Sorry, and Solana. Yeah, and Solana was hated back then. I hated Solana, but even me and Charlie did our research. We're like, this thing's not dead yet. There's still VC activity. There's going to be something happening. And we bet on Solana and we won, you know, and 2 baby, but
ETF at the end of the cycle. That's I think I lagged out for a second or something, but no, And 2 ETF top, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Crypto Bendu, it's not too late, bro. Get in the course, brother. It's not too late. That's the thing is the bull run isn't over. You can turn it around. Like there's tons of people that took their eyes off the thing. Can come back, bro. The thing is, you already have some of the build some of the building blocks. Now it's just trying to like, okay, remember some of this stuff here, add some new info. Let's go. That's it.
But
That's
bro,
it.
My portfolio's down 30%. There's no way I can recover.
It ain't zero. It ain't zero.
Exactly.
0 times a million X is 0. A 2X, you got your money back, and you're in some profit. It just takes one play. Exactly, little boozy Bert. It just takes one play to switch your position. There's tons of people that I knew that were like kind of like neutral on their money, and then now because of shadow, they hit a lick. Some guys are making money on eggs. So like this is why we're in a couple of ecosystems, because we see like, okay, where does our money kind of bias the most, and where do we see opportunity? There's tons of opportunity. There's people who made plenty of money buying all the meme coins, the meme coin pumps on Pulse Chain. Now they chilled off a little bit. So what's called Sonic is going really nuts right now, and there's tons of yield happening, and there's going to be a big airdrop. You know, I see a lot of soy boys quitting right here. That's why they're soy boys. That's why they're virgins. They don't have sex. They don't fuck. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, well, a little funny story from yesterday, right? So, just to kind of give credence to the one play thing, we were playing blackjack last night with Gary, the numbers guy, and we were playing for a while. I think DC was aggressively betting, scaling down, aggressively betting, coming fuck out in the fuck. But you're just going do, and like we all had our different strategies, but we all had money, to play with, whether we were up a bit or down a bit, whatever. GG that hits a fucking lick. Like, what did he get? Like 2,500 on a hand or something like that?
Oh, yeah. No, you want some crazy? He didn't give up either, because his first big split double down, he got wrecked on it. I mean, he lost like $2,000 on that split double down, and then he didn't give up. He battled himself back a little bit, then won a massive split hand of eights, to the point where he couldn't split eights anymore. They wouldn't let him split eights anymore. He had a double down.
They stopped him after what, 4 or 5?
4. And then the funniest thing, the next card he picked was an 8. He would have gone 6 eights in a row if they had let him.
Yeah, he would have had all the 8s of the deck. But so the funny thing about the story though is at the very, very end, right? Gigi's like, all right, I hit my lick, I'm gonna leave, but like he's like, but I don't want to leave without you guys. I want to hang out. So like, okay. He was just like waiting for a moment, and then he found the moment and he was like, okay, guys, time to go all in now or whatever. Well, not all in, but like go heavy, right?
Yeah.
So we're all like let's do it. And so we all go in heavy. We all win. And like we walk away from the table after maybe 45 minutes or whatever. And we're just like, it was just because like we're like, hey, we want to be done with this. We want the profits, and we need, we want to be out of here, right? And so it's like sometimes where there's a will, there's a way, to some extent, meaning that because it was a calculated gamble, it wasn't just like random, right? But like it's the same thing with crypto. It's like, hey, if you come into the course and you're like, I want to make a calculated gamble and I want to watch the risk management webinar, I want to pick, Mike TA on Chain's brain about like, hey, I have this idea of my risk management strategy. What do you think? I want to, do a bunch of different things to try to really maximize like this time period. And it's not that I'm looking for what can 10x in the next 1 month, right? It's more like, hey, with this amount of capital, how can I play it so that, I can make maybe a 2x on this play guaranteed with like half the money, and then I can use the other half of the money to go degen because I've already made my money back, on this side, right? And then with that degen side or the trader side or whatever you want to call it, high risk side, then I can go into, let's say 2 or 3 plays that have a chance to play out big. If one of them goes to 0, whatever, if 2 of them play out, one of them okay, one of them great, then, I'm doing even better, right? If they all 3 suck, well, I still got my first double, so I'm at a break even, or I've made some profit, right? So, a lot of, but like you back. But what you see is what you look for is what you see. So if like you're not, searching for something that can, make those like impacts on your portfolio, then sometimes you might hear the information in the course. You might hear us say it on YouTube, but it won't really register because you're not ready to take action on it, basically.
Man, I love Charlie chopping like a chef salad, bro. That you're cooking, brother. You're doing that's really it's great info, bro. Absolutely. Oh damn, I like that there. Damn it, man. Yo, man, I swear
I like down in the middle of that too.
The 3-letter industries just don't want us to get. We're cooking so hard. We're heat brewing in these streets, you guys. It's too. What do y'all think about Rackham? I never met the guy. Doesn't like I don't know. RG and a couple of people say he's a good dude, but a lot of people don't like the guy because he's a whale, basically. So I don't know. He's helped. I think he's helped quite a few people in the background, but at the same time, I don't know. It's a difficult thing to say, basically. But whales do whale things, so you got to be careful. Yeah. He was talking
if you look at him as like a farmer, right? Like he's like, how much value can I extract this month, this week, today, this year, right? And if he sees the opportunity to do it, he's going to do it. Yeah. So, like, the only thing is like his actions can be good for the community when what do you call it? There's like a lot of commotion going on and there's a lot of upside, but because a lot of people in the ecosystem have been Jeets, he's become one too. So I think he's adapting as well to the current environment to some extent.
Because he wasn't such a Jeet in the past and stuff. But when Hex got to 2 cents or 3 cents, that's how he paid. He dumped a lot of Hex to buy a Lambo. So how do you buy a Lambo with you have to sell? Of course. But it is what it is. But it's the sort of thing is that capital in the beginning is what ends up helping the ecosystem get created. So you need whales as much as you need normal people as well. It's this Ouroboros sort of thing in a way. I miss 2017 too, man. It's pretty cool. He suppressed but it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him. There was other whales as well doing the same shit, basically. So like there's quite a few, but the same thing too. Like for sure. What's considered whale status?
There's a lot of whales out there that have one image in the public and have a different actions in the back. They just don't broadcast what the actions they're doing.
No, exactly. Or the curve wars, yeah. But yeah. So it's for the curve wars. That's so funny. I don't know why. This cycle isn't following all previous 4 cycles. It's sort of, but not really. It's just because it's getting more complicated. It's getting more complicated. Yeah. You're right. Like 2017 was basically like I was special ed, like writing with crayons. It was so dumb. Like I buy orange coin because good. I buy blue coin because good. Silver is like gold, so I buy Litecoin. That was it. Seriously, like let me give you the alpha.
And then John McAfee. John McAfee talked about the coin, so I'm buying it, bro.
Yeah. Like this is how crazy it was. Like you logged into the Coinbase app. There was 4 coins. There's 4 coins. Maybe 5. 5 coins. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin. That's it. If you just had the intelligence test of just making sure not to buy Bitcoin Cash at the time and Ethereum Classic, you really won big. You know what I mean? Like, and 2021 a little more complex, but still like we maneuvered. This is the cycle of Hex and all these other coins. NFT. I mean, dudes were buying NFTs. That's all you got to know. This cycle, much more memes, and also it's kind of like we've given the Gutenberg press to the rabble basically, and they're all creating meme coins. So and on top of that too, most of 2017 really didn't have stable coins dominance. We didn't. It was really a 2018, late 2017 thing that stable coins really started getting popular and really getting like $1 billion under their name, realistically. So, yeah. let's see. Would you say that crypto markets aren't complicated but more corrupt by Wall Street and their fuck? That crypto markets aren't complicated but more corrupted by. No, it's not more. Well, it's always been. Look, they've been in the entire time, just private.
There's some truth to that, though.
There is truth to that. Yeah, there is truth to that. Yep.
Like,
but
I guess we can give both sides of the aspect.
There's more fuck. So what's going on is that retail, like what's going on too, is that this cycle retail is just poorer because the Federal Reserve has made it their mission to lower the amount of savings of the average American, unless you're in the 1%. And the 1% is because they have enough capital to survive and in income generation things or jobs or businesses where they're essentially they can just keep replenishing their savings by just slightly tightening down. So essentially, U.S. savings went up to a peak of 20%, and they dropped it right now below 2%. So this is why they're talking about easing. So because during COVID, people got scared and started saving money. Americans can save money if they need to, and they did. And as a whole, middle America started saving money, putting money away, and they were like, "Oh my God, there's so much money out here." And because of all that extra money in the banks can lend more money, and there's just all this extra liquidity in the system. Now that it's gone down, things have been tougher. They've increased prices on purpose. They got an American's savings down to 2%, and then when it's at 2%, it makes them more obedient little fucking slaves. So they listen because they have to, and they have to go to jobs that they don't want to do because they don't have savings anymore. And this is why this has been a big CEO thing. We just had Jamie Dimon literally bitching. Everybody's saying, "I'm so sick and tired of everyone not being at their fucking job right now. I know you motherfuckers are not doing your job right now over Skype. I know you're not. You're working fucking 1 hour, and then you're fucking off fucking skiing or fucking doing Pilates at your house. Get to the fucking office right now." And like all the CEOs are doing this shit right now because they know that these people are essentially building a secondary income and don't need them. And then at some point they might be able to just leave the job entirely. And then when that ends up happening, where like you have a bunch of like, and the same, they're doing this at Doge as well and bringing back government workers and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're a developer with a job, you're retarded not to have two jobs. I mean, realistically, you're not like, if you can do it, as long as you're doing a good job and stuff, like, I think it's a little crazy when you have 6 jobs. Like 6 actual jobs getting paid 100, but there's guys taking developer jobs now. Developer jobs are disappearing, so you have to be a person that actually knows really what they're doing. But there's guys that do they have two jobs, like literally they have like their main job that pays $110,000 and one that pays maybe 50 or 60. That's kind of more 1099. Get your money, you have to, but most people can't do that, right? Or they're doing something kind of not illegal, but it is the sort of thing where like, you know, if they're paying you to do it and they're not firing you over it, then it is what it is, kind of, in a way, you know?
Yeah, well, and like it's about productivity more than anything. As long as you are doing the job that you're hired to do and nobody knows what, you know, any worse about it, then yeah, you're efficient. You have time to do the other one, right? Like it's just a matter of what you can do. Like, but yeah, it's kind of like, you know, if you're cheating on somebody, that's kind of the boss of the employer, you know, kind of views it that way.
Yeah, but at the same time too, now we do treat our people like family and stuff. I call you guys cunts all the time, but like if an actual corporation's in like we're family, and you know are doing a lot of stuff, trying to call basically. I mean, these corporations are not your family basically because. Like, unless you're in a corporation where I've worked at the Ford factory my entire life. I've retired here. I got a pension. That's something different, right? But most people do not have forever jobs. You know what I mean? And then we get this question all the time, and we'll answer it here, and we'll answer it again in much more depth inside. If you need a little bit of help, like kind of like asking like 2 older brothers in the direction of your life, we'll give you our actual honest opinion, right? But it's going to be up to you if you do anything of that, or maybe it doesn't hit a chord with you, and that's okay. But yeah, stay loyal to people, not corporations, exactly, because you're just a drone. But if you're, how do I say this? Miguel, I've made some money from crypto. I really hate my job. Me and Charlie are some of the number 1 people that tell you don't quit your job. If you don't hate your job, or it's like maybe take less hours, just keep your job, because in a bear market, that capital is kind of nice, and then things cool off and you might not be in the same position, or maybe you messed up your money. This is one of the big things why a lot of our guys didn't get so wrecked during these downtimes, because even if you make some capital, some people end up just going crazy, having no job, no nothing, and then they will run through all their money. Tons of guys did that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was unpopular at the time. We told people keep their jobs. Like, we're making life-changing money. Yeah, but like you don't understand. If you're a guy, you spend most of your life working. You need some purpose. And now, here's the caveat: if you're working a dead-end minimum wage job, quit that. Who cares? Quit it. It's a minimum wage job. Who cares? Just find a better job you like. That's it, right? And it's okay, but it's okay if you like, hey, I want to take 6 months off because I've never had any time off and I want to travel a little bit. Go have fun. But then don't 6 months after that still be around like in your house, fingering your asshole, not doing anything, LARPing that you're crypto trading in a bear market, because you're probably you're going to lose your money if you're not careful.
Yeah,
and I know tons of these guys that did that.
It's like a
never mind.
It's like a CZ versus Coinbase method, right? Coinbase, what did they do during the last bull market? It was, I think, 2021 February. They took out all this money for a Super Bowl ad. I think it was the QR code bouncing around the screen, right? And like, I don't know how much they paid for that, but they paid shit tons of money. And then at the same time, they were hiring, I think, 10,000 new staff, something like that. So in 2021, they were just like, okay, let's fucking spend it. Let's like make that money, right? Then in 2022, second half of the year, they were firing like all of those 10,000 staff that they hired the year before. But who was hiring those people? It was Binance. So basically, Coinbase paid a shit ton of money to basically train Binance employees. Yeah, which is hilarious. And what Binance did was they didn't take out any Super Bowl ads. They didn't, hire a ton of people. They waited until the Bitcoin bottom at the end of 22, beginning of 23. And then it was, I think, midway through 2023. Then they started hiring, like I think it was 5,000 employees or something like that. And then, then they started, getting out there a little bit more. But the main thing is like once you get to the bottom of a bear market, you know how much you have, right? You know how much you've saved, you know what your net worth is. At the top of a bull market, you do not know what your true net worth is because you have to pay taxes on that. You have to spend some of that because why else did you try to earn it, right? You have to also then reinvest it in the market. You have to protect it from the market. You have to do risk management for that. And so there's so many pitfalls that can happen, in the 1 year following it, that it really takes about a year and a half after a bull market is over before you're like, okay, now I know exactly where I stand and I can start to make, if you are going to make career changing decisions, right, you're going to be able to make those. But then also, like your portfolio is a savings account. It is not a salary, right? It's a bonus, not a salary. So if you end up treating trading or investment, if it's longer, short term, whatever, as a salary, yeah, you will screw yourself over in the long run. Best case scenario, you stay where you're at, you kind of tread water, right? Worst case scenario is, like you said, you zero out. So it's just one of those things where it's like, if you are going to make that decision, it usually should be after your second cycle and after the second cycle has bottomed going into the third one. That's usually if you're going to be able to actually, do more like your own business or something that you wanted to do for a while. Like that's going to be usually the better timing for it.
No, definitely. And most people, the real reason why, this is why knowing the red pill, we're going to have Rollo Tomasi talk about the red pill inside of the, we usually do something really related to like not getting scammed or not getting taken advantage of. But like, once you learn a little bit about the red pill privately, you will learn kind of why am I acting like this? So it's like, why do I hate my job? It's not horrible, but the reason I hate my job is because like, I'm just not getting laid is really the real reason. It's like, I'm frustrated that I'm not able to start a family. Like they're all legit. Like no matter how like funny it sounds or something like that, that's actually legit concerns because that's actually survival. It's very important. Very, very important. So with that, man, join the Crypto Mindset course. We're going to have a lot of also guest speakers. We're also going to have from not just Sonic, but Pulse Chain, the Red Pill, and all kinds of other guys as well and stuff like that, man. Yeah, you can pay with crypto. You can do PayPal. This is actually PayPal credit's a big one that people have asked us over and over in time. I think we took it away one time, but we brought it back. So PayPal credit, you can pay it in 4 easy payments. You get to get in right away, but you're dealing with PayPal in order to do the payments and stuff. If you need it, it's there. They do charge you an extra VIG on top because of obviously they're lending you money to buy and stuff like that. But we have PayPal, we have Stripe, we have you can, if you want to, you can also pay with crypto. We get 15% off, and use the Bitcoin, use the the Coinbase Commerce link right here. With crypto, you just click on this link and it'll take you right in there. It's going to take 15% off, so it'll come down to $848. This is a 3-week long intensive course where you get two classes a day, 2 days of classes for 4 classes, 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days off, and very informationally dense 4-hour classes, all recorded. And we also do a little unrecorded AMA, but that stays unrecorded. But it's very intensive. When you join up within 24 hours, you will receive an email confirmation. They'll give you 2 links, one to the private Telegram chat and one to the links channel, where you'll be able to see all the recorded content just in case. Because obviously real life happens. Sometimes maybe you miss a class. You can within less than 24 hours, video of a class being posted, you will get the recording, usually sooner than that, and then you can actually review it on your off days. So we'll have the schedule up pretty soon for you guys, but yeah, get in, you guys. This is day number 2 right here. It closes on the 24th, which is next Monday, and yeah, man, get in, you guys. But you have any final words?
Yeah. Just Metal Bacon there, I think, had a really relevant question, which is what can I do to start preparing ahead of the course? So yeah, there. No.
That's a good one too.
Right above. Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. Yeah, that one. So what can I do prior to the CMC or to prepare for it? So we start webinars on the 28th, which is a Friday, and you basically have just about a little under 2 weeks for that, right? So we already have the Crypto Mindset Q1 course chat open and live. So like Miguel said, as soon as you pay, and we got your the receipt from you for that, then which Coinbase Commerce or the payment services will give that to us automatically. Then we reach out to you. We get you in there within 24 hours. Like Miguel said, we give you the Telegram links and all that. Once you're in there, within the next couple of days, we're going to add some pre-recorded content in there. So like kind of how to get started, how to secure yourself, how to open up a crypto.com, how to open up a Coinbase, that type of stuff. So really, I would say get into the Q1 chat, start asking some of your questions that to the chat, like, hey, what do you guys think about this, or what do you think about that? Then watch some of the pre-recorded content. Make sure you're set up properly. Maybe it's like, oh, I have pretty much everything, but actually I've never bought a hardware wallet before, so I'm going to start with a cold card, or I'm going to start with a Trezor, or I'm going to start with whatever it is, right? And you start learning how to do that. So it's either getting steps completed that you haven't been able to yet in crypto by engaging with the chat and the content that we do there, and or filling holes or gaps that maybe you've kind of neglected in your crypto journey. So kind of knowing what you want to learn from the course and what you really want to accomplish, like goal setting, is something that you can easily do as over the next week or so. So those are just some of the things. Watching all the streams that me and Miguel are doing until the 24th will also be, I think, pretty important. So yeah, we're going to be giving a lot of good information on here too.
Exactly. And you just check the chats right here, man. I mean, everyone in the chats are just recommending it and stuff, from Cat's Kitchen to Caesar, Gomez and stuff, and everybody else in here, man. We had an important question too. excited about the course. Just purchased it. How can I get into the program chat? If you just purchased it, wait a little bit. Check your email and your spam folder. This is for anyone that's watching here as well. Check your spam folder. Sometimes it goes into spam for some reason, but check your spam folder and you'll find the email, and then the links will be there with all information. I would probably as a prerequisite
within 24 hours. So like it's like once you purchase it, it's like not within a minute. You won't get an email, but because we have a human on the back end doing all this, you'll get it.
We'll crack the whip right now. We'll crack the whip right now.
Oh yeah, we always do that. That's the easy part. But what I mean is like it's not an automated system. So if you literally just purchase it now, it's probably not going to be in the spam or promotions folder.
Kyle and Liam are on a wooden circle, pushing opposite sides like this, pushing this giant grindstone, moving.
we should get that.
We're just gonna meme of Kyle and fucking Liam pushing some fucking stuff. You ever seen the movie Conan the Barbarian? That's how he gets so jacked. He's like a slave, and they got him pushing like heavy stones. How he get jacked, bro? We should like put like Liam's face on that.
That'd be funny.
So with that, man, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Some guys asked in the meantime, is there anything I could get into the Citadel? It's another great resource, super active. We have over 650 members in there right now live, and tons of alpha being dropped. There's so many guys that made money on the Trump coin being in the chat because our guys are on the button with the crypto news. We got 650 people scouring Twitter, scouring Telegram, scouring every news source possible for alpha. And you want to just stay, be a stick in the mud with your life, man. Make a change, you guys, man. Crypto mindset, man. So with that, thank you so much for joining us, man. And we're out. Later.
Didn't have to cut